Whenever I go home to my house and he hears me say these things, he asks me if I am not ashamed that I have the faith to talk about beautiful practices when it is so plainly shown to my confession that I do not even know what the beautiful itself is. Plato's Hippias Major.
Adapting to status quo as camouflage souls disguised in Tommy Hilfiger clothes. The illusion of beauty is generated by the illusion of dough. But the world seems less cold when looking out of my window. Illusions are the needle to our common thread. Out of the nature of man comes a collage of sin, like 41 gunshots written in the wind. I'll peel back my skin so you can see me within, covered in the abyss of self-defenselessness. Without ugliness, beauty cannot exist. And mirrors don't lie, they show us that the world is an apple of one's eye. A melting candle's the only light I have to see. Standing under a Judas tree, beauty breathes its final breath. Leaves collapse from the stress, branches and memories taken for granted. Snatching the forbidden fruit, a constant witness to injustices, false beauties, and hidden truths. The paragon is a living proof. And while the youth claim they're keeping their roots, they only keep branching out from the tree that has allowed them to be since birth. For nothing is more blemished than the face of the earth. Raised the culture of leeches. Born pure, we die with bloody hands and leather features. The patience of a man gets washed away like beans in the sand. It's time to take down the hand, eclipsing your eyes, blocking the light provided as you exit the womb, but never revealed until after the tomb. Behold, as I bathe on the moon, the entire earth sacredly witnesses me naked. Concealed soul revealed slow, listening to unheard stories the night told. Of flickering light poles, the eccentric are walking on tightropes. Mere images recollected of a society neglected. A man's perception becomes his reality. The blood of the children spill on Hollywood's walk of fame. Teenage girls have a fear of weight, obsessed with loss instead of gain. Created by the images television portrays, straight from the pale horse's mouth. Reflections are your rivals, so you're hiding out in the costume of your idol. Their body is your cavern, their character is your pattern. Ancient Babylon's expanded to encompass an entire planet. We come from a heritage of tears, Holy Land lost, age of innocence gone. Materialistic worship's a pawn, the worst of its spawn, mental pollution. Miss America's smile and smooth skin is beauty's illusion. A million viewers confusion, using your flesh for profit. Rocking 24 carats of insecurities around your neck. Pushing 2,000 legs to feed your hollow complex. Following nonsense to feed to your unborn seed. I'm the history that you believe, the book that you learn from, the beauty that attracts you, the night that protects you. Like a whisper can be heard louder than a scream. Am I the only one who can see through the smoke screen? Never to bear the face behind the mask and suffer from the disease of humanity. Struggling to salvage the lives of those who gaze into Medusa's eyes. Praying the noose unties. Alumni from the soles of my feet to the crown on my head. Beginning to end, the modern day sophist was said.
It is not a fact that injustice and the doing of injustice is the greatest of evils. And further, that to suffer punishment is the way to be released from this evil. And not to suffer is to perpetuate this evil. To do wrong then is second in the scales of evils. But to do wrong and not be punished is the first and greatest of all. Plato's Gorgias.
Reveal breath, upset, accepting of stress. Deduction of justice, government's best. My mind, my soul, my body was next. Freedom in the text is broken, not stretched. Crooked arrest, beaten, forced to confess. Children traumatized, taken from their nest. Dirt in the beauty, action line of duty. Uncompromised to set fail to a community. Who and what's unity? Black shine will soon be grooming away this planet's company to nudity. Justice is justice, a disguise. Realism is fact, parental discretion is the chameleon flesh of all lies. The government and pushers are tries, making it hard to get by. Visualize, skepticize, dripping liquid cries. Believing through knowing that water runs dry. Justice is biased, judged and overruled in the courtroom by a black robe who is the highest. Power with the blurry jury, unaware that life is a crisis, locking us up, acting surprised with how we've changed to being angry and furious. When we used to be friendly, some of the nicest have felt pain through rain, avalanches, destruction of family trees, snapping bark branches, advantages, favor of system over usage, abusiveness, damages more than the average, cold collapse, inconclusive they vanish, survivors float without a life raft managed, suffering's tear, sponges wiping the air, clothing your bare, looks of obvious stares, talking to who should listen, who can't hear, about suffering going on everywhere. Justice isn't fair, it's just the word that's there. Screening off the system, acting like they care, but they don't and they won't change the obvious. They're the rudest, most ludicrous that exists. Illusion of justice, thesis, true sages, my verse of the sophist.
You see then that the same man is both false and true, and the true man is no wiser than the false, for he is indeed the same man, and the two are not utter opposites, but exactly the same. Plato's Hippias Minor.
In a time before land, nomads float on centipede stars, while broken melodies come from deaf centaurs, and titans clash with oak guitars. Acoustics used to create time and elevate the mind. Its thoughts climb brick tunnels, release through chimneys, escape through the funnel of abyss to the minds of naked slaves. Mathematics, the perfect art of painted caves, illustrating the ancient ways. The great pyramids each point to a different path where the DNA of truth lives, as evidence in fossilized fingerprints, blueprints of dynasties yet to come. When the mastodon pulled from his lung a man, birth of the lifespan, birth of light and sound, creation of the elements and compounds, the square, the circle, 360 degrees, perfection, illusion of truth lies deep within the seas of knowledge, flowing westward toward a settling sun, overflowing banks where Israeli slaves first hung, pendulums forever swinging in the cool night breeze. The spotted owl tells stories of crack canteens that spill the milk of a dying virgin. Sturgeon eyes lay scattered on the desert basin. I walk amongst desert monks who open their mouths without tasting the truth around them, and each particle is sand. Across the horizon we scan, and we're searching for wisdom, like the eighth color of the prism. It's theorized, but just an illusion of truth that's wrapped around our necks like a saber-toothed noose. And we're gasping for air in the form of lies, because it helps us survive, keep reality alive. In the eyes of the banyan tree, we're not free but confined to a windowless cell called the mind. I unwind the strings on my broken violin and serenade a tune as I walk through the plains. Hieroglyphics disintegrate with the falling rain, erasing all proof left to disprove that a human being's mind can define truth.